Yo, 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 welcome back. Dada here with another in your face video. Yeah, so today we're gonna cover this attack. This one guy came into the clan a little bit ago, and he was kind of a dickhead, but he was pretty good, and he stuck around with us for like a war or something like that. And yeah, so I picked this attack up from him basically. And it's been pretty good. You'll see me do this sometimes. You know, for those who have been paying attention, I usually like the hog attack for Town Hall 11. That is, this is for Town Hall 11 video. But it's not always possible. Sometimes you scout a base. Well, for example, I'll go to the attack I wanted to go over. Wasn't this last war, which was a nightmare, but 2 wars ago. On their number 3. So like when I was scouting it, it didn't strike me as a good candidate for hogs. If I can, man, how do you do this? Oh, I don't. Oh yeah, like this. Oh yeah. Okay. So what didn't strike me as a good candidate for hogs. I don't know. I'm always wary of these single target infernos, especially by where I'm trying to walk. For those who saw my other video, I usually try to, for hogs, kind of walk down and up into the base, clear out the heroes if possible, get the CC, all that. That wasn't really sitting right with me on this base. So whenever that won't work, I usually kind of look at this other attack here, and we'll get into it. So now, important to note again, I got max heroes at this point. Definitely not everybody does. I think that's okay. This is a queen walking kind of attack, but it's a very short queen walk. It's not as long as like the bowler one, or definitely not as long as the hog one. But basically I got a couple pekkas in there, 2 pekkas, 1 baby dragon to initially push the queen a certain way. If you ever encounter a base where you absolutely know where she's going just by where you can drop her, you can probably just save that for cleanup. Got 5 healers on her, which that's a solid choice for queen walks nowadays. Couple wall breakers, that might change depending on the base. This one I needed to make sure that I got into here somehow. I need to get in. You don't get in, this attack's not going to work. The jump spells can usually be used to move you through the base. But yeah, so my original plan, and this is why I like this attack. This attack does not involve a troop draw, because I know a lot of people, not only do a lot of people struggle with it, but also at Town Hall 11, they got so much wall and so much crap. If I could, like, I could get these troops out if I really wanted, but it's difficult, and sometimes it's even more difficult than this. You know, you can really tuck that clan castle in there. I think there's a lot of traction being gained with no troop draws. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of bowler witches against us, or really sloppy, just throw all your boulders out there kind of attacks that don't really work that well. So something a little more fine-tuned that doesn't involve a troop draw is probably a good bet in my mind. So my original plan was to start my walk somewhere around here, push the queen this way, and send my pekkas like that, wall break in here, and that way I would be engaging 1 inferno at a time. That's sometimes what I like to do, if at all possible. I really don't want these infernos blasting all of my troops away one at a time, especially if they lock onto my queen. That's a pretty big situation there. So that was my original plan. I don't know, queen walking's doing me pretty good for the most part, but recently, you know, it doesn't always go the way we plan. So we can see it kind of happen here. I'm trying to push my queen to the right, as you can see, and it does not work out. So that's okay. I didn't even drop my warden at this point. for those who know, again, and also these, I'm evolving as an attacker as I'm making these videos too, so I may do something a little differently than I used to before. But so now I'm kind of waiting to get a better feel on where the queen's going before I drop the warden, because I've ended up in some dicey situations. So anyway, she's okay. We're going this way. We got to switch the plan up. The only thing that means, unlike a troop draw when the queen goes the wrong way, it's like a nightmare. This time, the only thing that's really going to change, I'm wall breaking in at a different place, and I have to drop my jump spells differently. Yeah, I'm engaging 2 Infernos at once, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, the queen went that way. I had a vision of a plan. I think part of what separates good attackers in this game from great attackers is being able to respond to these kind of situations on the fly, because they happen more and more as you move up through the town halls. You know, there's a lot of leeway at Town Hall 8 for little mistakes, and little bit of Town Hall 9 too, but you got to be a little more precise. Same thing at 10. One little thing goes wrong, it blows your attack. 11, it's no different. You know, you got to be, anyway, the queen's eye is going to walk the right way, other things happen, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, all right, so she's going down this way now. Drop a rage, because I need to save her. Now, usually what I'll do, you might notice these pekkas just went down here. I like to space them out. This is going to begin to create the funnel for me to send my main squad up the middle, which will basically consist of my king. Well, I don't remember if I did it on this one, but really you should want your giants first. That's basically anytime you're using giants, you want your giants first. You're going to want to wall break them in. There's only 7 of them. And to get through this wall, that's going to take quite a bit of time that you don't really want. You are saving some time because you're not drawing troops, though. Important to note. So we'll see that happen. I guess I wall broke in without releasing them. That's fine, though. They went down first. Sometimes one of your pekkas will wander. That's okay. He's cleaning up over there. He's also drawing the eagle fire. And if you notice, I kind of, when I drop my bowlers, I kind of fan them out toward where the queen is cleared. There is a danger if I were to drop them here and spread them out like this. Some of them, because these structures are in range of the bowlers, some of them could start wandering up outside of the wall and trying to target that. They'll knock this one out first. They'll move here, knock this one up next. Then they're moving, and all of a sudden they're wandering. Some of them might go up the middle, but so that's something I've kind of noticed is kind of fanning. Let me get rid of that. Fanning them out toward a little bit toward where the queen is coming from. It'll affect where they're targeting. So let's watch it work here. They went in. The giants are taken. You notice this CC is coming out. The difficult thing, so drawing troops is a pain. It's a kind of a time sink. You definitely want to do it if you can. And if you're not doing this attack, you probably want to do it, actually, as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, the trickiest thing about not drawing them out, I think, is just kind of remembering. I mean, there's a lot going on at the beginning of the attack. You're trying to funnel and do all this other stuff. Trying to remember to drop that poison and drop it in a good place is one key part of this attack. The other key part of this attack, absolutely, you must do, and this isn't necessary for all attacks, but you absolutely must wall break like where the queen's gonna go. She has to. If you notice all these troops, there's bowlers, witches target air, but I don't know, they're not that strong. A poison isn't going to cut it for all CC. It might for some. Your giants aren't going to do anything, your bowlers aren't going to do anything, and your king certainly isn't going to do anything against any air CC that will come out. So you have to, whatever happens, you know, if your queen ends up walking this way, you plan on her walking the other way, but she walks this way. That changes your whole attack. You have to wall break and start your attack from wherever she is for this reason. So I did that. A little late on the poison. Activated the warden to kind of compensate there. Luckily some minions came out, whatever. And really, like, I mean, that's kind of about it. I mean, this is kind of a spam attack. The beginning is definitely crucial as far as building the funnel correctly. After that, dropping your jump spells in places that will give you maximum access to the base is pretty clutch as well. I haven't really seen too many of us struggle that much with spell placement, at least the later town hall guys. You know, dropping your rages, activating your warden when it's a good idea, using jump spells to access the different inferno towers and things. This is a pretty strong attack. I like this when I can't. You'll probably see me do this if I don't think I can hog it, or if it's not a good candidate for hogs. I'll strongly consider this. And as you can probably tell, that's another good thing about this attack over the, for example, the hog attack, even possibly the bowler attack. I could never see this attack getting 1 star. You know, you throw all these guys at the base, you'll at least 2-star it, which, you know, it becomes important. If you, like I said, if you're a Town Hall 11, you know, we're not going to always be 3-starring these max 11s out here. This did end up being a 3-star here. It probably wasn't a max 11, but it was a decent 11 with Eagle Artillery and all that. So, yeah. And actually, if you guys have noticed, well, maybe you haven't, but so my heroes are max. So I've been kind of farming with this attack as well. I know it's not the same. I'll be the first one to tell you it's not the same as the war attack. But I think it's helpful to kind of see the same attack on different bases. Like here we go again with an 11. If we pause it here, there's probably not CC. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But the defenses are pretty up. I mean, the wall's not great. You know, the Eagle's there. This is a pretty decent base. And it's the same thing. Drop the baby dragon down here. Queen down here. Trying to push her this way. Which this time she'll do it. My level 50 queen has no problem with this little 26er there. Or probably either with this 30er. Oh, my pekka will get him first. So yeah, same thing. You start building the funnel. You wall break in to where the open space is. And you send your troops in. And notice I'm fanning them out this way. As you noticed. To make sure that they go in. Rage them up. Activate. Do all that. So this might be a good attack for 11s. Now, like I said, I mean, you're going to want max everything, basically, for any war attack. Getting the pekkas up is a little, that's kind of annoying, but getting them to 7, that's definitely a plus. Having your witches at 3 and bowlers at 3, which most people are going to do pretty quickly anyway. There's not a lot of variations on Town Hall 11 attacks that don't involve bowlers or witches or something like that. So, all right, good luck.